Jamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijanna Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopijanna Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Vrajadana Ranjana Yashodanandana Vrajadana Ranjana Yamunatira Vanacharya Yamunatira Vanacharya Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Janna Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Janna Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Vrajadana Ranjana Yashodanandana Vrajadana Ranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jayom Vishnupada Paramahansa Avrijadagacharya Shtotarshata Srimad Bhai Charanaravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Kon Sanstapakacharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai. Gaura Premanandi. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga. Ama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gaurvani Pacharine Nirvishesha Shunyavani Prashatya Desha Tarine. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. At Bhagavatam, 4th Canto, Chapter 16, Praise of King Prithu by the professional reciters. Translation, purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Reading text 24 in Sanskrit, and then 25, which has a purport also. Esho Shvamedhan Shatam Ajahara. Aha. So you want to read me just the English? Now we read I read the Sanskrit, okay? And then the English. Esho Shvamedham Shatam Ajahara Saraswati Pradurabhavi Yatra Aharshit Yasya Hayam Purandaraha Shatakratushcharame Vartamane at the source of the river Saraswati, this king, which is Prithu, will perform 100 sacrifices known as Ashva Medha. In the course of the last sacrifice, the heavenly king Indra will steal the sacrificial horse. So the reciters, they are predicting what will happen in the future. So, text. Esha satmo pavane samitya sanat kumaram bhagavantam ekam aradya bhaktya labhavatamalam chaj Jnanam yato brahma parang vidanti Esha svasatmo pavane sametya Sanat kumaram bhagavantam ekam Aradya bhaktya labhatamalang taj Jnanam yato brahma parang vidanti Esha svasatmo pavane sametya Sanat kumaram bhagavantam ekam Aradya bhaktya labhatamalang taj Jnanam yato brahma parang vidanti Esha, this king, Vatsatma of his palace, Uppavane in the garden, Samitya meeting, Sanat Kumaram, Sanat Kumara, Bhagavantam the worshipable, Ekam alone, Aradhya, worshipping, Bhaktya, with devotion, Alabhata, he will achieve, Amalam, without contamination, Tat, that, Jnanam, transcendental knowledge, Yatha, by which, Brahma, spirit, Param, supreme, transcendental, Vidanti, they enjoy, they know. This King Prithu will meet Sanat Kumara, one of the 4 Kumaras, in the garden of his palace compound. The king will worship him with devotion and will be fortunate to receive instructions by which one can enjoy transcendental bliss. Purport. The word Vidanti refers to one who knows something or enjoys something. When a person is properly instructed by a spiritual master and understands transcendental bliss, he enjoys life. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 1854, Brahmabhuta prasanatma, na shochati, na kangshati. When one attains to the Brahman platform, he neither hankers nor laments. He actually partakes of transcendental, blissful enjoyment. Although King Prithu was an incarnation of Vishnu, he nonetheless taught the people in his kingdom to take instructions from a spiritual master who represents the disciplic succession. Thus one can become fortunate and enjoy a blissful life even within this material world. In this verse, the verb vidanti is sometimes taken to mean understanding. Thus, when a person understands Brahman, or the supreme source of everything, he enjoys a blissful life. Esha sva samo pavane sametya Sanat Kumaram Bhagavantam Ekam Aradhya Bhaktya Labhatamalam Taj Jnanam Yato Brahma Parang Vidanti. This King Prithu will meet Sanat Kumara, one of the 4 Kumaras, in the garden of his palace compound. The king will worship him with devotion and will be fortunate to receive instructions by which one can enjoy transcendental bliss. Om Jnanatimirandasya Gyanandana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave. So turn off all your mobiles, please. Just look at it and think whether I have to go out. Turn it off. Possible? No. Anyway, so very interesting, I found. Srila Prabhupada translates Vidanti, first of all, as enjoy. They enjoy. Of course, the word comes from vidya, knowledge, and it means they know, literally. But as he says, in this verse, the verb vidanti is sometimes taken to mean understanding. Thus, when a person understands Brahman, or the supreme source of everything, he enjoys a blissful life. So therefore, he translates that King Prithu will receive amalang jnanam, pure transcendental knowledge. And yatha, the result of receiving this knowledge is that Brahma parang vidanti literally means he will understand the Parabrahma. The result of understanding Parabrahma is one enjoys. So, nothing wrong there. Sometimes we may think, oh no, we cannot enjoy, so there must be something wrong. No, actually, the Krishna consciousness movement, the whole goal is to enjoy. Know that? Told it's tapasya, that's true. But what's the result of real tapasya? Tapo divyam putraka yena sattvam shudyet. Then what? Yasmad brahma saukyam tvanantam. If one executes the right type, spiritual type of tapasya, divyam, then what happens? Yena shudyet. The heart becomes purified, and then because of that, Yasmad Brahma Saukyam Tvanantam, one will be able to enjoy transcendental bliss. And that is natural, because it's the nature of the living entity. We'll not be able to avoid it, and we don't even want to avoid it. Why do we want to avoid to enjoy transcendental bliss? When Srila Prabhupada explains the purport to, for example, Nitai Parakamala, where it says that if one takes shelter under the lotus feet of Nityananda, then he will be able to approach Radha and Krishna, join their dancing party, and enjoy. Or Paramakaruna, Bahudui Jana, Nitai Gaura Chandra, Sabhavatara Sara Shiromani, Kevala Yananda Kanda. Ananda Kanda means transcendental happiness. So therefore, there also Srila Prabhupada explains that Gaurnitai, they have come just to teach us. Like Sanat Kumar, he will instruct Pitu Maharaj to teach us. Or here, Prabhupada says, although King Prithu was an incarnation of Vishnu, nonetheless he taught the people. He's a teacher. In the kingdom, first of all, how to take instructions from the right source, and then the result will be you can become fortunate and enjoy a blissful life even within the material world. So therefore, as I said, the goal of Krishna consciousness ultimately is to enjoy, to join Radha and Krishna and enjoy a blissful life. But that's not so easy. It's not a sentimental thing that many people want. They don't want this first part, the tapasya part, the tapodivyam. We don't like this. We just want, it's a half-hen philosophy. Arda kukura, the half-hen. You know the half-hen philosophy. Everybody knows, in India you should know. You don't know the half-hen philosophy? He doesn't know, so we'll explain. Huh? Okay, so the farmer has a hen, and the hen has two parts, a front part and a back part. And the back part is very much liked because it gives eggs, right? The front part, no, because it eats. So what is the logical conclusion? Cut off the front part because it's expensive. Just keep the back part and just take the eggs. What is the problem? Everybody knows. Little bit of intelligence, that if you cut off the front part, back part will not give eggs. So they are related. You cannot avoid one part just to get the other part. So spiritual life, yes, we want bliss, we want to enjoy, we want just to dance and chant and be happy. But tapasya, no, it's Kali Yuga. Maybe neat, but we cannot do. Don't ask for so much. Don't, and then people will be put off. Nobody will join. or they will go away, or whatever. Prabhupada didn't think like that. Let them go away. Others will come. We don't care. Somebody does not like, it's up to you. You take it or you leave it. Krishna is Krishna. We cannot make Krishna something else so you like it. We don't cater to the taste of the public. You've heard that? You know what that means? No. That. You know what catering service is? Catering service. Catering service. Meals will be given to people. The service, catering means what do you want, what do you like, and then you deliver that. So catering to the taste of somebody is you find out what do you like, and then you adjust your cooking. Like with more spice, I put more. You like with less, I put less, no problem. We don't do that. What Krishna likes like this. You like it, good, take. You don't like, sorry. I cannot change for your taste and then offer to Krishna. Krishna, he doesn't like this, take like that. No, we don't do that. Krishna likes like this, we take like this. You like it, we don't like, sorry. What to do? Sometimes we could put some sugar around, the coating, but not really. It's, Normally, this is how it is. There's some little adjustment one can make according to time and circumstance, but one has to be very careful so it doesn't become a deviation. The Prabhupada was asked that question, that how do we know something is an adjustment, something is a deviation? That requires a little intelligence. If you don't have, ask somebody who has. But don't be foolish and think that I know, and you make some arrangement that becomes a deviation. That's not good. So anyway, the whole point is that there's a relationship between tapodivyam and brahmasaukyam, divine or spiritual tapasya and transcendental bliss. And one cannot be without the other. Otherwise, one will think that one enjoys some transcendental bliss, but if there's no tapasya involved, then actually it's sahajiya bhava. Srila Prabhupada says that very directly in the 7th canto. He says, if there's no vairagya, then this so-called bhava that develops is not real. It's sahajiya bhava. It's cheap. So, Srila Prabhupada, the first thing he says in this purport is when a person is properly instructed by a spiritual master and understands transcendental bliss, he enjoys life. So this is also a necessity. One has to receive instructions like here the reciters, they see into the future and they see how Prithu will meet Sanat Kumara. The Kumaras, they are very special personalities. They are Sampradaya Acharyas, they have their own Sampradaya. And in different places in the Srimad Bhagavatam they come. They are sons of Brahma. First time we encounter them is the 3rd canto, when they actually refuse to obey their father. He wants them to become Prajapatis. They say, for us it's not a good idea. We remain brahmacharis and they remain like small children. All have seen picture of Kumaras. And because they're so small, they don't even dress. That only can, very small children, nobody cares whether they are dressed or not dressed. As soon as they become a little older, yes, then they cover their different parts of the body. So when they're so small, they're innocent. There's no sexual consideration of any kind. Like Shukadeva Goswami, he can go also naked. And even young ladies who are taking bath, they don't react because they know somehow or other Krishna gave them intelligence to see that this person is on a transcendental platform. He doesn't see us as females. He just sees spirit soul. So Kumaras are like this, very special personalities. So when Prithu Maharaj, he's the king of the earth, when he meets Sanat Kumar, he will take a very humble position, which is another phenomena we will see throughout the different stories of the Srimad Bhagavatam, that great personalities, very powerful kings, they will meet a sage, devotee, who is a very humble, like Kumaras, humble person, Shukadeva Goswami, King Parikshit, and immediately they will recognize they're in a superior position, although externally they're poor. They don't have any kingdom, they don't have any power, but they have transcendental realization. Krishna in their heart, and as Prabhupada says here, they represent the disciplic succession. So Sanat Kumara, not only he represents, he's the head of a whole sampradaya. So King Prithu, he will recognize the transcendental position of Sanat Kumara, and he very humbly, he will receive him, he will worship him. This is here, says, Bhagavatam, Aradhya, Bhaktya, he will worship with devotion, and then he will be considered fortunate to receive instructions. It's not like we shouldn't take it for granted to receive spiritual instruction. It's a privilege. Actually, Srila Prabhupada says, because we have in Bhagavad Gita this verse, Tadvidi Pranipatina, Pariprashnena Sevaya, 3 things. Pranipat, Pariprashnena, and Sevaya, right? So, many times, Pariprashnena, yes, a lot of questions. The Prabhupada says you don't have a right to ask questions unless there's Pranipatina and Sevaya. There's surrender and service. Who are you to ask questions and waste time? Because you may ask a question, you get an answer, but you don't follow. Pick, oh, I don't like this answer. I have another answer, another question. I have another question. And then what's the use? No, it means first of all pranipatina. You surrender, then you can ask questions. But once you have surrendered, when you receive the answer, you accept. You like, you don't like, doesn't matter. That's actually the test. Sometimes you will get an answer that you will not like. Now what you will do? You will accept or you will reject. Test. Many times we will become doubtful. I don't know whether I can do this. I have to think about it. That's not a good sign. Especially if somebody has accepted and taken initiation. If he gets an instruction and he will not say, but in his mind he goes, oh, I don't know whether I can do that, I can follow that. Then actually he's already fallen. And he's not a disciple, really. So this pranipat, therefore before accepting, one has to think 100 times, 1,000 times, can I follow? Can I accept that person as a guide? Can I follow his instructions or no? If you're not sure, then don't take that step. It's false, and it will not be auspicious. One has to be sure, I can follow. And then there will be the result, as it is said here, one is fortunate to read, because all the instructions one receives will be beneficial for spiritual life. The spiritual master could not give an instruction will be bad for you. Not his position. So, therefore, King Prithu, he will be fortunate to receive instructions from Sanat Kumara, by which he will be able to enjoy transcendental bliss. That will be the result. Just like Rishabdev, I quoted this verse, the second part of it, Tapodivyam, Putraka Yena Sattvam Shudyet. Sattvam Shudyet, the heart, what happens by receiving proper instructions, the heart becomes purified. That's the whole purpose, that's all. Purifying the heart. There's anarthas in the heart, that's our problem, which will keep us in this material world. So by hearing Srinvatam Swakata Krishna, Again, also there, Hridayantaksto Abhadrani. All these inauspicious things in the heart, they will become removed. How they become removed, in that verse, Srila Prabhupada, he translates this Shrinvatam as eager to hear. There has to be a desire to hear. Not that we hear and they said, oh, again, I'm not this body, oh, I already know. Yeah, you know, but you don't act like that. So what do you know? You don't know, really. So you have to hear it again. Right? You hear Prabhupada's classes in the beginning. How many times he says, you're not this body? You can make a count in Veda base. Probably thousands of times. And still we don't believe it. That's our position in Kali Yuga. We hear it 1,000 times. Still we think, no, I'm a body. Not only I'm a body, I'm a beautiful body. I'm a strong body. Right? Look at me. How do you find me today? Little wrinkles I can take away. Some Botox. Yesterday we saw advertisement, Botox. They said, trust it. It delivers. Don't fear. Just take it. You know, I can get a few injections. Next time I come, you will not recognize me. You think, well, who is this young so-called sannyasi? He will fall down immediately, you know. He's maybe 25 years old. Premature. So, yeah, we are still convinced I'm the body. That's our problem. So we have to hear again and again instructions from the proper source. And then one becomes fortunate. Prabhupada uses this word so many times, to become fortunate. What does it mean? It doesn't mean just become lucky. Just by chance, we get we like the lottery. Without any qualification, suddenly, oh, I was lucky. I found this on the floor, 10 million rupees. Wow, you're a lucky guy. No, it's not like that. Fortunate, Bhagavan, means actually it's benediction. It's mercy that comes from a superior source, and it comes to you when you put yourself into the proper position. You have to do something to become fortunate in one sense. Although we can say agyata sukriti, by the mercy of the devotee, even somebody who doesn't want to become fortunate, even he becomes fortunate. But at one point, to really become fortunate, you have to take a step forward. It will not just be sitting there and waiting to become fortunate. That's a certain amount, but then you have to also act. Krishna is waiting. It's like the bird in the tree who is waiting. When will you turn your head towards me and stop picking all these different fruits? So that has to be there. So therefore this pranipatena and sevaya has to be there, not just pariprashnena. And then, as in this scenario with King Prithu and Sanat Kumar, there will be a synergy. There's a proper receiver, King Prithu, the proper disciple who takes the proper attitude. He will be devotional, he will worship, he will be eager to receive jnanam, amalam, transcendental knowledge. Then he will get it, and then the result will be enjoying transcendental bliss. Anandamayo vyasat. Everybody wants to enjoy. We just don't know how to do it. If we follow the process given, and here we have another example, there are so many examples, then this will be the result. Like Srila Prabhupada quotes Bhagavad Gita, Brahmabhuta prasanatmana shochati nakangshati. It's a natural consequence. When one receives the proper knowledge and then acts on it and becomes advanced in spiritual life, then automatically prasanatma. This prasanatma you will also find in Bhagavatam in the second chapter of the first canto, Evang prasanam manaso, that the mind becomes joyful. And it's a consequence. We started with Srinvatam Swakata Krishna verse. The next few ones, the next one is Nashta Prayeshu Abhadreshu, and then Tasmat Rajastamo Bhava, which means the one that these anarthas become reduced, rajas and tamas go away, then evang prasanamanaso. Then the result is this, prasanatma, the self becomes joyful. It's inevitably, because it's our nature. So that's the process. We just have to follow it, and then everything will be all right. And I will stop here so we have some time for questions. We have 15 minutes, I think. So, please.
Thank you. Thank you, Maharaj. As you discussed about this Param Vidanti, this enjoyment, last night, I don't know whether you heard or not, last night in Mayapur temple, the devotees, they are doing kirtan. So this was last day of kirtan mela. So at 9 p.m., the 5 members of Panch Tattva, they were 5 Panch Tattva deities. 5 deities were shedding tears. They were shedding tears. So this is the first time that in the history that they were shedding tears. And yesterday, this was 5th day, the last day of Kirtan Mela. So you can discuss about this.
I cannot because I haven't been there, but these are not ordinary tears, obviously. No, joy. So joy means it's natural. It will happen, and that ashru, this Gauranga Bolita Have, that Prabhupada explains in that regard also that there is a desire, because it's an aspiration in this song specifically, that Narottam Das Thakur is expressing, when will this day come? There's shivering, and then also there will be tears, which are natural consequences. And of course Prabhupada mentions that we shouldn't artificially provoke that. Some people do, but that's a natural consequence when true spiritual emotions occur. Times, or normally we should say, it's in the devotees. So it can also, the Panchatattva, they come as devotees, so they also feel this transcendental emotion. So that's very auspicious. So we should also have this kind of feeling when, if we don't yet experience such emotions, we should not try artificially to provoke, but we can hope that someday it will come also. And it will come automatically. You don't have to try for it. There's no technique you can learn. But it will automatically, as we say here, this spiritual bliss, it's part of the soul. So it's a natural, it's nothing you shouldn't say, oh, we don't want this. No, you cannot avoid. So you will also not be able to avoid shivering and tears when the heart is purified. Like we have seen in Srila Prabhupada sometimes, we have the story of Paramakaruna, where he was singing this song in Atlanta in 1975, and he didn't get very far because he became overwhelmed by emotion in relationship to the merciful nature of Gaurnitai. So he stopped singing, and devotees chanted Hare Krishna. So that may happen, and it was also singing Jai Radha Madhava in Gorakhpur. So sometimes it happened. Most of the times in public, even if emotions start to develop, we try to suppress. We don't show. But sometimes it cannot be controlled anyway. So it will just happen naturally. That's the whole point. Part of the process, actually. It's anubhava. It's something that just comes as a consequence, anu. It follows spiritual practice that is and purification.
Very well.
Ask about these songs also.
Maharaj, thank you, Maharaj, for giving one nice point in the class, that is, we convinced we are body, although we listen frequently and Prabhupada purport every day and every moment that we are soul, we are not body, but we convinced we are body. When on favorable condition comes, or in the time of a real test, practice, in a consequence situation, in that time we show we are actually body, although we practice. It is that in the devotee association also, for long practice, maybe 10 years, 15 years, even the 20 years, in this life, the Krishna conscious movement, still in that time, he feels that I am the body. So how actually, because the real test happens at the time of the test, so how to overcome that time real I am not?
It is also imperceptible. Actually, you don't know, in one sense, how advanced you really are. I dare to say that, and I will explain that. I mean, body, as Prabhupada says, body means senses. And we have to eat, we have to sleep, we don't have to have sex. Know that those who are celibate, we know that it's not, we don't die without it. Those who are addicted, they think if I don't have it, I will die tomorrow. But that's illusion, it's not true. If you don't eat, it's for sure after a certain amount of days, you will not be able to maintain altogether. So certain things, eating and sleeping actually, are, in order to stay in this world, you cannot avoid. And as long as you eat and sleep, there's some kind of enjoyment and some kind of identification. But again, if the situation comes, and you said something about suffering condition?
I mean, say, as you know that we are theoretically we know we are soul.
Yeah.
We are not body. But practical sense.
When you get into a suffering condition, that is sometimes Krishna makes arrangements. So you can, first of all, maybe learn some lesson, and you can also realize. Therefore I said you don't even know how far you are really advanced. How you can suddenly be in a condition where there may be bodily pain, there may be a great loss, and how your consciousness will actually remain Krishna conscious. You will be surprised. You understand what I mean? Now you have not experienced, so you may not know. You may think, oh, I'm still thinking I am the body. But maybe you will have an accident, let's say, and you end up without legs. You'll be surprised how you will react inside in your consciousness to this situation compared to a non-devotee who does not practice anything, who does not know. They will be completely disturbed and think their life is finished and whatever. And the devotee will accept some or other. Tatenu kampam susakshamano. Yes, some or other. Actually, I should have died. Krishna was so kind, he just has taken away 2 legs. So now I'm bound to stay in one place. I can't just run around to all kinds of nonsense. Now I can study. So you see the good things. I can chant more. Now I can do this, or I can do that. Or I don't have to work anymore. Now the government will pay me. I can have a situation where, or somebody goes to prison. Said, oh, now finally I can read Bhagavad Gita. I never had time. Now Krishna is forcing me. He gives me time. I'm just sitting in one little room, cannot go anywhere, and drink and do all kinds of stuff. Now I will finally study Bhagavad Gita. So, So therefore Kapila Deva, when he says that devotees don't experience the material miseries, Srila Prabhupada, he explains that although it's not that if you have a headache or you have a toothache that there's no ache, there's pain. But the devotee sees it or experiences it in a different way compared to a non-devotee. That's the whole difference. So even though, as long as we are inside a material body, there's some kind of identification has to be there. Otherwise, you're not like hovering somewhere, out of body experience or something. No, to work in this world, one has to, but at the simultaneously, I'm not. And if something happens, as we said, that is very extreme, suddenly you will realize how your consciousness is able to see things in a different way. Was that clear?
Thank you, Maharaj. Very perfect answer.
It's from direct experience. From direct experience and others' experience, extreme situations. Then your Krishna consciousness is tested. And you, as I said, you will be surprised. We have seen now many devotees how they leave their body. And sometimes they are in a very precarious condition at the end of life. Not everything is just easy. Don't, like Prabhupada used to say, don't expect easy going. Like Arjuna didn't get a magic ash from Krishna. Oh, you don't have to, you don't have to fight. You're my friend. I'll take care of things. Just take this magic ash, and take it and everything. Okay, no. He had to go through a whole psychological trauma practically. He had to have a psychiatrist getting on his case. You're in Maya, you're lamenting for something which is not worth. What are you doing? Krishna was heavy, instructing. And then, he understood. So sometimes devotees are put, depending on, Krishna knows why, they get a disease which is painful even. So then, they have maybe a few months left with some cancer or whatever, and they're lying in there. But then, there's devotees around chanting, and we have seen how they actually become unaffected. Like Prabhupada, when he was, Kaviraj said, there was so much pain, must have been, that normally a person would have not been able to be like Prabhupada was still giving, purport to Bhagavatam. Although there may have been pain, we don't know. He didn't say. So, so everybody will see, Krishna will have his test for everybody. And if you are sincere, he'll also give you simultaneously the strength to surpass the test. A good example is Bali Maharaj. When you read Bali Maharaj, there's a verse actually, Vamanadeva speaks at the end of the Leela. He will say, Vamanadeva is actually praising Bali Maharaj for his surrender. Atmanivedana, he's the Acharya, and he's Mahajan. So he says, nobody else would have been able to pass this severe test. He was taken away all his wealth, all his position. His family members didn't want to have anything to do with him. He was bound by the ropes of Varuna. He was thrown. So many things happened. Still, he continued fixed to be surrendered to me. So that, and Srila Prabhupada explains that sometimes Krishna gives a heavy test, and it seems to be impossible to surpass. But he will also give you, if you're sincere, this enough strength so you are able to surpass the test. So that's how it will work. Anyway.
Haribo. One point that you told, that when you are surrendered, then you ask question, and then you accept the answer whether you like or not.
Yes.
But Dhruv Maharaj had some problem. Narad Muni instructed him. Then he told his problem, he does not like, but still he surrendered. So this was also his surrender, that he does not like. So this is also surrender. In surrendering mood, he just told his difficulty, that this is my difficulty, isn't it?
Well, of course, Narada Muni also tested him. He was a small boy, so he said, well, you go home, play. So he wanted to see his determination. And when he was determined, then he gave him also mantra immediately.
He wanted Dhruv Maharaj, he wanted Dhruv Maharaj act like Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj just tolerated everything. So you live in the house and you tolerate everything. But Dhruva Maharaj said, no, I cannot.
Kshatriya, what to do? So I think we have the seminar,
Time
we
over.
can do seminar.
Time over.
So, I mean, as you can see, somehow or other the voice is a little bit coming back. Great. Anyway, my voice was gone. So we were planning a seminar on the Vaishnava Acharya songs I've given in Mayapur also. We have 4 days we can do. Today and the next 3 days, 1 to 3. Yeah. Tomorrow not possible. So we can arrange, we can announce or somehow other make you know. So you're invited. It's a PowerPoint presentation and we'll sing different Acharya songs and the meaning of the songs. Where we'll do it? In the auditorium? Seminar room, okay. So if anybody wants to know, how can they find out details? You will make it known. Okay, so we start today at 1 o'clock, huh? Seminar room. Okay, so please come and you'll see. I think it will be very interesting. And you'll learn also. How many of you sing regularly the bhajans of Narottam Das Thakur, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Lochan Das Thakur? Nobody.
Generally, we are singing the regular artis, which is Narottam Das Thakur or Bhaktivinoda Thakur. We sing regular.
But different songs you sing?
Songs very difficult, very rare.
I know,
singers are
that's
there.
my point. It's very rare, it has become very rare anywhere. I go, I ask, nobody knows.
Yeah, because
So we were used to sing every day, every evening. Prayers to the 6 Goswamis, Dashavata Stotra, Paramakaruna, so many songs. Yashomati Nandana, everybody should know by heart. Anyway, we'll do different, all the songs Prabhupada sang. We cannot do in 4 sessions, but we'll do as many as we can. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Hare.
Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Juta Padakamalam Sri Gurum Vaishnava Sri Rupam Chakrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tvam Sajivam Shadaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanitanscha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Shivashadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivashadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivashadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare